road to WrestleMania is finally upon us. Welcome back to MyGM 2K24 ECW on Extreme Mode. I am your host, attackslug, and we have a lot of promises to keep on the episode today. Most importantly, we have Dom turning face, and we have Cedric needs that guest ref spot. Now, I don't know if being the ref counts for that. We're going to find out on the show today. But also, Kit Wilson, we're finally getting the OC versus Pretty Deadly. But perhaps not this week because I haven't looked at the current ongoing stamina situation of this roster after our PLE. Joaquin Wilde, nah. Elton Prince, nah. Dijak, Dominic, promo. And then Seth is at 44, and then we're up from there, and we're good on the rest of these folks. So, Triple H says, don't book my most popular cruiser for an injury rehab card. That's whatever, hasn't happened yet, and I have one, I'm pretty sure. But also, I feel like we're getting pretty close here on the promos, and that might happen this week, even missing this 5th check mark, which we should have because we already have the trophy, and that's a whole bug glitch. 2K gonna 2K whatever. But we also know we have one ongoing rivalry, and it is for that world title, and that is Seth and Gunther. And certainly I am injecting Cedric into that for an eventual end of the week WrestleMania triple threat title match. But we're not quite there yet. Otherwise, the rest of the roster they've got some ways to go here. So let's get that moving. First and foremost, we promised Dominic Mysterio a face turn. So Dom, gonna be clean Dom, gonna turn face for that boy. And because Dijak can't work today, and because Dijak is a heel and a giant and Dom is a face, we'll have the call out from Dijak to Dom to hopefully spark that rivalry. And that's number 2 on our 5 we need for WrestleMania. Also, a tag team call out because our tag teams. So, we have the OC, we have the Biz Cliz, finally calling out Kit Wilson and Elton Prince, Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy! And that should be 3 rivalries. Now, in the main event, certainly I'd like to book Seth freaking Rollins and Gunther and make it a guest referee matchup. But what is that on my cost? 48,000 and a medium stamina cost when we have like 44 stamina on Seth. Look, if the worst happens and he does get injured, I have a rehab card that will get him back in action, and we already have 2 pips, so I'm not worried about the actual not making it to 4 for Mania because we have a whole week ahead of us, so that's fine. But the cost here is where it's that's not great. But we did promise, so that means Cedric is our referee, allied with Seth, because he also does not like Gunther. The faces are friends, that whole thing. So lock that one in, and that does fail our goal with the commissioner, but sure. That also means we open the show with Big Otis versus the Don, Tony D'Angelo, who's now a heel. So we got a bruiser and a specialist. Lock that one in. Hopefully it sparks a rivalry. We have the angriest man on this roster, Mark Coffey, who has 94 stamina, but he is, boy, not happy. And Coffey gets to face, that's what's up, R-Truth. So fighter, bruiser, heel, face. Look at all that wonderful stamina. That could be a match with a gimmick if I had the cash, which right now I do not, because we already have one match on this show, which has a gimmick, which is these 2. I mean, I could throw in tables. Look, man, I'm gonna have to bring in somebody for Blair because we certainly can't work Joaquin Wilde. That's just not an option at all. So Blair, thankfully, is indeed a specialist. And of course, the conundrum here is, do I spend 1,000 to search and hope to find somebody cheaper than Miss Perfect here, or we just spend the 3K? It's like, you know what, fine. 1 week with Blair, it's whatever. Sure. So Blair, you're up, having a match on the show. Hey, you're already in this feud somehow, some way. If I gotta keep hiring you, week to week, it's not going to be important. I already have my 5 feuds locked in that I want, so for WrestleMania, hopefully they all work out. That's not a guarantee, but we'll see. And so the show cost is $64. We currently have the options that I don't want to do because I can't really do them for logistics, but they're there. I have plenty of assets to do that if I actually had the overall, cheddar here. But otherwise, I've only had this one power card, which, okay, sure. If Seth gets hurt, I have one to reduce 3 weeks on that injury. We're good there, hopefully. We'll see. But otherwise, certainly the backup plan would be Gunther and Cedric. Now, granted, Seth is the world champion. That'd be a problem. But, look, man, we'll see how things go. We're locking in this show for a fine Monday. Confirm the booking. It turns out how it turns out. Simulate Otis and Tony and hope for a wonderful rivalry with these two. Tony gets the win. It is mediocre, but 2 stars and a level 1 on our rivalry. The role change for Dum Dum. It was okay. He's now a face. I feel like I should give Coffee the win here and maybe ease his anger a little bit. Because the other problem is that if he tries to hold me up for like 100K, you're out of here. And granted, I could just say, hey, now you're released like today, but I didn't do that. So that's the risk you run with this. So if we play as Truth and lose on purpose, then maybe getting a win will ease his annoyance at the ECW brand. People over there, what's up? If you feel me, stand up and say what's up. What's up? What's up? Truth and Consequences. Ron the Truth Killings, former NWA World Champion, here in ECW. And boy, I'm trying to just lose this one here pretty quickly and then move on with my day. That's the plan. From Brett's Rope, Bulldog. Just pin the man. Come on now. Nope. Going upstairs instead to not pin the man. To fly from the heavens and still not go for a pinfall on the... Okay. Sure. Good lucha things are happening. Alright, I mean, look. Do you think you're Big Bronson Reed? Relax. Now we'll see how his attitude perhaps improves with that victory. 2.5 stars, new rivalry. That's now we have 3. Can Dijak get it done? Yes, we have 4. So hopefully the OC get the job done. Otherwise, these two, it's these two, so half star, 1 star, whatever. Somehow 2.5, I'll take it. The call out, yes. We now have our 5 locked in rivalries as long as Mark Coffey does not quit. We'll be okay. Non-title, guest referee, Rollins, Gunther. And how does Cedric do? Rollins with the win. And it was great. 3.5 stars and Rollins does not get injured. We're good on that. They can have the week off tomorrow. Meanwhile, for the vacant U.S. title, Austin Theory versus Clint McDougal, who was challenging before last week for the world title with Grayson Waller, who's now fighting Tozawa, sure, simulates this title matchup, and Austin Theory, A-Town down, 3 stars, new U.S. champion. GG with the charity. It was weak. Triple threat, Ivy Nile, Christina Fiore, and Sammy George on this, and there is currently an ongoing thing here with these two, so yes, disappointing, 1.5 stars, but it grows that rivalry. The call out, Damian Priest and Ridge Holland. It was okay, but it does not spark a rivalry. Mid-card tag team ladies. What do we get? Who wins? It is Natalya and Mia Yim. It was 3 stars. Whoa! Excellent with his 5 on promo, is as it should be, with 5 more popularity. But your world champion, Grayson Waller versus Akira Tozawa, title on the line, and look at that stamina. 27 and 37. This was the trade Steph wanted. She traded me to put Tozawa in your main event feud. That's wild. Look, man, I'm just saying, he's not a world champion. And now he's a world champion. I spoke too soon. 3.5 stars. We have a new world champion here on Raw. It is Akira Tozawa. My apologies for doubting you, but also I just noticed my microphone was not recording this whole freaking video. My apologies. So now it should be fixed for the rest of the next like 5 minutes, and then we're done for today. But man, look, rough start to the week, and I'm sorry that my camera here has just the worst audio in the world. But we move on to WCW. In their road to WrestleMania with Clay Cortman and Josh Briggs. So, sure, why not? It is Josh Briggs. It was 3 stars. Level 2, level 3. The Giant Omos with an okay charity promo. JC Jane, Shayna Baszler, fighter, bruiser, face, heel. Sure, JC Jane with the win. It is 2 stars. New rivalry, mediocre. Demanding your attention with a weak charity promo. Stardust and Ilya are in a rivalry. It is Stardust. The Cosmic Key, it was 2.5 stars. The Call Out from Matador to Wolfgang, it was weak. Main event tag team, even though that Becky and Shayna are the tag team champions, but look, it's a rivalry, I can't fix that. So Dakota Kai, Cora Jade with the win, 3 stars. And so I got a poor opening because the mid-card outperformed with, yeah, you know, these things happen. Not by a lot, obviously, but still, I got a poor opening. That sucks. But good for Raw and good for WCW. Let's see how we did here. It is 34,000 on the fans, and it was 40K in the cash, bringing us up to about 200 in our overall budget. But with 34, what does that mean for Raw? They did 38, so better than us. They made 100. Wow. What the hell power card did they use to make 100K in their total profit is wild. And my main rival here is 41. So I lost some of that lead I had of about 30K from Friday. So 91 in their profit. Good for them. But I'm still on top here. Just about 23,000 fans ahead of Eazy-E. And thankfully, if the Hall of Fame trophy glitched out for me, it seems like it glitched out for everybody. So it's just fans, I hope. Fingers crossed. Atlanta, GA. Bad Street. Gunta is pissed. The match was rigged. He wants to meet Cedric. Look, this is all working out. This is my plan. Gunta, triple threat. So yes, you can fight Cedric. That can happen, but not this week, obviously. So in the next 3. And hey, man, that's getting pretty close to Mania. That makes sense to me. But next week, you need a week off with your 36 stamina. Okay, good. You mess with Gunta, you pay the price. Mark Coffey, here it is. It's a complete joke. He wants 100K. No chance in hell. Sorry. Oh, look at this. Leniency. You get one more chance, and that's it. Now, he's not all the way angry, so at least he respects my saying, hey man, I'm not just gonna roll over here and give you 100 grand for no reason. You certainly aren't on top of the food chain, so hopefully that win over Truth gave him some amount of leniency. And Cedric said it'd be awesome. And, okay, so now we know. Now we know that booking Cedric as the referee in the guest ref match is not what he wanted. He wanted to actually be in the match with somebody else as guest referee. Look, these things happen. I could have done that, but I didn't know for sure. And also, I need to keep building Seth and Gunta. But for tomorrow, I did promise Kit Wilson, so we're finally going to have Pretty Deadly versus the OC, hopefully, on the show tomorrow. There should be enough stamina saved there to do that for a regular standard matchup. I should certainly hope so. So stamina, what do we got here? Joaquin, nah. Seth, nah. Gunta, nah. Dijak, yeah, maybe. Maybe. And then, yes, 46 on Elton Prince. So yes, tomorrow, the main event, the OC versus Pretty Deadly, I think is the plan here. And we'll get to Gunta and Cedric later. But see, we don't even have to do Seth and Gunta until like Thursday. which is great because they need the time off to get back that stamina, and certainly some roster here that can work in their absence. So, that being said, tomorrow Triple H wants my most popular giant not getting booked on the show for a limited stock card. That's whatever. We shall see how that goes on that. In any event, I'm attackslug. More videos. I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.